What if I told you that Cleopatra wasn't actually beautiful by conventional standards, yet she had Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, two of the most powerful men in history, willing to risk everything for her? What if I told you that Casanova seduced thousands of women not with looks or money, but with a specific psychological strategy you can learn in the next minutes? And what if the greatest seducers in history, from Marilyn Monroe to John F. Kennedy, from Napoleon to Josephine, all followed the same hidden patterns of human psychology? Welcome to The Art of Seduction by Robert Greene, a book that reveals the dark, powerful, and often uncomfortable truths about influence, attraction, and human desire. Before we dive in, I need to give you a warning. This isn't about manipulation for evil purposes. This is about understanding the game that's already being played all around you in politics, business, relationships, and culture. Whether you choose to play or not, understanding these strategies will protect you from those who use them against you. So hit that subscribe button, because in this video, you're going to learn secrets that most people will never understand about human nature. Let's begin. Robert Greene opens this book with a radical idea. Seduction is not about sex. It's about power. Think about it. When Apple launches a new iPhone, what are they doing? They're seducing you. When a politician gives a rousing speech, what's happening? Seduction. When Netflix creates a show you binge watch at 3 a.m., that's seduction too. Greene argues that we live in a world starved for pleasure, fantasy, and escape. We're surrounded by stress, responsibilities, and the harsh grind of reality. The person who can offer an escape from that reality, who can make others feel special, desired, and alive, holds tremendous power. But here's the key insight. Seduction is a process, not an event. It's strategic, patient, and psychological. It's about reading people, understanding their hidden desires, and giving them exactly what they're missing in life. Greene studied history's greatest seducers and found they all followed similar patterns. They understood that seduction happens in the mind first, not the body. They knew how to create mystery, anticipation, and emotional dependency. So let's break down Greene's framework, starting with the most important concept in the entire book, the 9 seducer types. Greene identifies 9 archetypal seducers throughout history. Understanding these types is crucial because you need to know which one you naturally embody or which one you need to become. 1. The siren. The siren is pure, unapologetic femininity. She promises pleasure and danger in equal measure. Think Marilyn Monroe. She wasn't just beautiful. Plenty of women were beautiful. What made Marilyn irresistible was her childlike vulnerability combined with raw sexuality. She made men feel both protective and aroused. She was the fantasy every man wanted but could never truly possess. The siren's power comes from offering pure escape from masculine responsibility. In her presence, men don't have to be strong, stoic providers. They can be boys again, lost in pleasure. The strategy: emphasize femininity in a world that often suppresses it. Be unattainable, yet appear attainable. Create theatrical presence. 2. The rake. The rake is the male equivalent, the dangerous lover who makes women feel intensely desired. Lord Byron, the poet, was a classic rake. Despite being physically disabled, he had a clubfoot, he seduced countless women across Europe. How? He made each woman feel like she was the only woman in the world. His attention was total, overwhelming, intense. The rake's power is in making the target feel pursued. In a world where people feel invisible and ordinary, the rake makes you feel like the center of the universe. The strategy? Show intense desire. Be bold, slightly dangerous, and willing to risk everything for the target. Make grand gestures. 3. The ideal lover. The ideal lover studies the target and becomes exactly what they're missing. Casanova was the master of this. Before seducing a woman, he would study her, her interests, her disappointments, her secret dreams. If she loved poetry, he became poetic. If she felt unappreciated, he made her feel worshipped. Here's a story. Casanova once seduced a deeply religious woman who felt guilty about her desires. Instead of fighting her religion, he convinced her that God created pleasure and that their union was spiritual. He became her ideal, the lover who understood both her passion and her faith. The strategy? Listen more than you speak. Discover what's missing in the target's life and embody that missing piece. 4. The dandy. The dandy is ambiguous, both masculine and feminine, and defies categorization. Think David Bowie or Prince. They fascinated people because you couldn't quite pin them down. They were beautiful, dangerous, creative, and utterly themselves. The strategy: cultivate mystery through ambiguity. Don't fit into expected boxes. Be supremely confident in your uniqueness. 5. The natural. The natural embodies childlike spontaneity and openness. Children seduce us naturally because they're unguarded, playful, and live in the moment. Adult naturals maintain this quality. They're not jaded, cynical, or calculating, or at least they appear that way. Example: Jim Carrey in his early career. His playfulness and uninhibited energy made him irresistible. People wanted to be around him because he made life feel fun again. The strategy? Be playful, spontaneous, and vulnerable. Show weakness openly. It makes you approachable and human. 6. The coquette. The coquette creates hot and cold dynamics that drive people crazy with desire. Andy Warhol was a male coquette. He would be intensely interested in someone, make them feel special, then pull away and become distant. This created an addiction. People would do anything to regain his attention. The coquette's power is in making the target feel curious. We value what's hard to get. By alternating between warmth and coldness, they create emotional dependency. The strategy? Master the push-pull dynamic. Give attention, then withdraw it. Never be fully available. Create anxiety and longing through absence. 7. The charmer. The charmer makes you feel good about yourself in their presence. Benjamin Disraeli, British Prime Minister, was a legendary charmer. He said, "Talk to a man about himself and he will listen for hours." He made Queen Victoria feel witty and interesting, something her stern advisors never did. The strategy? Deflect attention from yourself to the target. Make them feel intelligent, attractive, and valued. Be agreeable and flattering without being obvious. 8. The charismatic. The charismatic radiates confidence and purpose that others want to share. Martin Luther King Jr., John F. Kennedy, Steve Jobs, these were charismatics. They made people believe in something bigger than themselves. They had a vision, a mission, and absolute conviction. The strategy? Develop an aura of purpose. Believe in something deeply. Use body language that radiates confidence. Make others feel part of something important. 9. The star. The star is dreamlike, otherworldly, and removed from everyday reality. Greta Garbo rarely gave interviews and avoided public life. This distance made her more fascinating. She became a screen onto which people projected their fantasies. The strategy: maintain distance. Here's something most people get wrong about seduction. They try to seduce everyone. That's amateur hour. Greene is ruthlessly practical. Some people cannot be seduced. They're too self-absorbed, too defended, or too content. Trying to seduce them is a waste of time. The 18 victim types. Greene identifies 18 types of people who are particularly vulnerable to seduction. The reformed rake or siren, someone who used to be wild but has settled down. Deep inside, they miss the excitement. They're ripe for someone who awakens their old self. The disappointed dreamer, someone whose life hasn't lived up to their expectations. They're vulnerable to anyone who reignites their hope and offers the fantasy they've lost. The pampered royal, someone who's had everything given to them and is bored. They crave challenge, authenticity, or someone who treats them normally. The lonely leader. People in power are surrounded by yes men and people who want something. They're vulnerable to someone who seems to want nothing, who sees them as human, not as a position. Let me give you a real example. There's a story about Cleopatra seducing Mark Antony. Mark Antony was a powerful Roman general, surrounded by servants, soldiers, and politicians, all treating him like a god. Cleopatra understood he was a lonely leader type. So when she sailed to meet him, she didn't come as a supplicant begging for favors. She arrived on a golden barge, dressed as Venus, the goddess of love, with children dressed as cupids fanning her. She didn't need him. She was a queen in her own right. This was intoxicating to Antony. Here was someone who treated him as an equal, who offered pleasure and fantasy rather than problems and responsibilities. She also understood he was a reformed rake. He'd been wild in his youth but was trying to be a serious Roman leader. She awakened his old self, creating legendary feasts and adventures. She made him feel alive again. The lesson? Study your target. Understand what they're missing. Are they bored, lonely, disappointed, insecure? Then position yourself as the solution to that specific lack. Greene warns, avoid anti-seducers, people who are brutish, insecure, greedy, or overly judgmental. They'll drain your energy and resist your efforts. Choose targets who have the capacity to be seduced. The seduction process. Phase 1. Separation. Seduction happens in phases. Greene breaks it down into a strategic process. Let's walk through it. Step 1. Choose the right victim. Step 2. Create a false sense of security. Approach indirectly. If you come on too strong, people's defenses go up. Instead, you must approach like a friend or even seem uninterested at first. Example, in the workplace, imagine you want to influence a senior executive. You don't immediately pitch your big idea. Instead, you ask their advice on something minor. You position yourself as someone seeking their wisdom, not their approval. You lower their defenses. This is why door-to-door salespeople often start with, "I'm not trying to sell you anything, I'm just doing research." It's indirect approach, getting past the defense mechanisms. Step 3. Send mixed signals. You want to create depth and mystery. Be contradictory. Are you serious or playful? Innocent or experienced? Strong or vulnerable? Think about mysterious people you've known. They're never one-dimensional. One moment they're laughing and warm, the next they're distant and contemplative. This creates fascination because the brain tries to solve the puzzle. Marilyn Monroe mastered this. She was simultaneously the innocent girl next door and the ultimate sex symbol. This contradiction made her endlessly fascinating. Step 4. Appear to be an object of desire. We want what others want. It's called social proof in psychology. If everyone is talking about a new restaurant, you want to go there. If everyone wants to date someone, they become more attractive to you. Strategy. Create the appearance that you are desired by others. Tell stories about your busy social life without bragging. Let slip that others are interested in you. Be seen with attractive, interesting people. Warning, this must be done subtly. Obvious bragging repels people. Step 5. Create a need. Stir anxiety and discontent. This is darker but profoundly effective. People need to feel something is missing before they can desire what you offer. You must make them slightly dissatisfied with their current situation. Here's how this works in marketing. Apple doesn't just sell phones. They make you feel like your current phone is outdated, slow, and holding you back from being your best self. They create the need, then fill it. In personal seduction, you might subtly point out what's missing in someone's life, not in a cruel way, but by embodying what they lack. If someone feels their life is boring and routine, you show up as spontaneous and adventurous. Your very presence reminds them of what they're missing. Step 6. Master the art of insinuation. Never be direct. Suggest, hint, and imply. Let them think they're reading between the lines. Let them think they're discovering your interest, not that you're advertising it. Use double entendres. Tell stories that could mean nothing or everything. Make eye contact that lasts a second too long. The power of this, when people think they're discovering something, they become invested. They convince themselves. Your job is to plant seeds and let their imagination water them. The seduction process phase 2, pleasure and confusion. Now we move into the advanced phase. Your target is interested. Now you must deepen their desire and create emotional dependency. Step 7. Enter their spirit. This is about radical empathy. You must truly understand the target's inner world. What are their hobbies, their values, their aesthetic preferences, their secret dreams? Then you mirror them, not in an obvious way, but genuinely. You appreciate their music, you understand their references, you share their values. Story. There's an account of Casanova seducing a woman who loved literature. He didn't just say, "I like books too." He read the specific authors she loved, memorized passages, and discussed subtle themes with her. He entered her spirit, her intellectual world, and became a soulmate, not just an admirer. Modern example. If you're trying to seduce a client to your business, you don't just pitch your product. You understand their industry, their challenges, their goals. You speak their language. You become one of them. Step 8. Create temptation. You must make yourself the forbidden fruit. This works on multiple psychological levels. Humans desire what they can't or shouldn't have. It's why affairs are so intoxicating. They're forbidden. It's why exclusive clubs are desirable. You can't just walk in. Strategies. Be slightly inappropriate, but not offensive. Represent a different world from their daily life. Offer experiences that feel transgressive or special. Create the sense that pursuing you requires courage. Step 9. Keep them in suspense. What comes next? Never be predictable. The moment you become predictable, desire fades. Think about your favorite TV series. Why do you keep watching? Cliffhangers, unexpected plot twists. You never quite know what's coming next. In seduction, don't always be available when they expect. Surprise them with unexpected gestures. Change your energy, sometimes intense, sometimes distant. Keep them guessing about your true feelings. Story. There's a tale about Josephine seducing Napoleon. When Napoleon was away at war, desperately in love with her, she would write infrequently. When she did write, her letters were warm but brief, never matching his passionate declarations. This drove him mad with desire. He never knew if she loved him as much as he loved her, and this uncertainty intensified his obsession. Step 10. Use the demonic power of words to sow confusion. Language is your most powerful tool, but Greene isn't talking about logical argument. He's talking about poetic, emotional, suggestive language that bypasses reason and speaks directly to desire. Techniques. Use sensory language, sight, sound, touch, taste, smell. Tell stories that evoke emotion. Use metaphors and symbolism. Speak to their dreams and ideals. Be purposefully vague so they fill in the meaning. Example. The seduction process. Phase 3. The bold move. You've created desire, confusion, and anticipation. Now comes the dangerous part. Step 12. Poeticize your presence. Associate yourself with images, objects, and experiences that elevate you beyond the ordinary. If you always meet in magical settings, beautiful parks, interesting cafes, cultural events, you become associated with those elevated experiences. Example, instead of hanging out, you take them to see a rare art exhibition, or watch the sunset from a specific viewpoint, or introduce them to unusual music. You become the person who shows them beauty and possibility. Step 13. Disarm through strategic weakness and vulnerability. This seems counterintuitive, but showing carefully chosen vulnerabilities makes you human and trustworthy. The key word is strategic. You don't dump all your problems on them. You reveal a vulnerability that makes you relatable, shows you trust them, invites them to care for you, doesn't make you seem weak, just human. Example, a powerful executive might share a story about being nervous before a big presentation or missing their hometown. This vulnerability makes them approachable without diminishing their status. Step 14. Confuse desire and reality, the perfect illusion. Create experiences that feel dreamlike, removed from everyday reality. Take them away from their normal environment, physically, mentally, or emotionally. Create moments that feel suspended in time. Practical applications: weekend getaways to somewhere unusual, late-night conversations that last until dawn, experiences they've never had before, moments where normal rules don't seem to apply. Step 15. Isolate the victim. This is about creating an us-against-the-world feeling. Fill their time and thoughts. Create a bubble where it's just the two of you. Make the outside world fade away. Warning, Greene is describing what effective seducers do, not necessarily what's ethical. This step can be manipulative if used with bad intentions. The seduction process, Phase 4, moving in for the kill. Step 16, prove yourself. Actions speak louder than words. At this stage, you must demonstrate your commitment through real sacrifice or effort. Maybe it's helping them with something difficult. Maybe it's defending them publicly. Maybe it's making a real sacrifice for their sake. This demonstrates, I'm not just playing games. You matter to me enough that I'll take real action. Step 17. Effect a regression. Greene argues that deep seduction involves making the target feel like a child again, powerless but cared for. This is controversial, but the psychological truth is that we all have a part of us that wants to return to the safety and lack of responsibility of childhood. How this appears? Taking care of them when they're vulnerable, creating environments where they don't have to be the adult, allowing them to be playful and irresponsible, protecting them from harsh realities. Step 18. Stir up the transgressive and taboo. At the final stage, you must make the target feel like they're doing something they shouldn't, breaking rules, crossing boundaries. This creates intense emotional bonding because they feel they're sharing something secret and forbidden with you. Example, this could be as simple as sharing secrets others don't know, creating inside jokes that exclude others, or pursuing the relationship despite mild social disapproval. Step 19. Use spiritual lures. Finally, elevate the seduction beyond the physical or material. Make it feel meaningful, fated, spiritual. Talk about destiny, connection, purpose. Make them feel that what's happening between you is special and rare. The anti-seducers and warning signs. Greene dedicates significant space to anti-seducers, people who repel others without realizing it. The main anti-seducer traits: the brute, too direct, too aggressive, no subtlety; the suffocator, too needy, too clingy, too available; the moralizer, judgmental, ethical considerations, and modern applications. Let's address the elephant in the room. Is this book manipulative? Is it ethical? Here's my perspective. Greene is describing what is, not what should be. These are patterns that exist in human nature whether we acknowledge them or not. Understanding seduction protects you. When you understand these tactics, you recognize when they're being used on you by advertisers, politicians, toxic romantic partners, or manipulative colleagues. Modern applications beyond romance. In business, creating brand loyalty, Apple, Nike, luxury brands, sales and persuasion, leadership and influence, networking and relationship building. In content creation, building an engaged audience, creating compelling storytelling, standing out in saturated markets. In personal development, understanding what makes you attractive beyond physical appearance, developing charisma and social intelligence, becoming more interesting and magnetic. In relationships, keeping long-term relationships exciting, understanding what your partner needs emotionally, not taking each other for granted. Use these principles to create genuine value and positive experiences, build mutually beneficial relationships, stand out and be memorable, express yourself more effectively. Don't use them to manipulate people into harmful decisions, exploit vulnerabilities for selfish gain, deceive people about your true intentions, create unhealthy dependencies. The difference? Intent and outcome. Are you trying to create something beautiful or just take from someone? Final thoughts and key takeaways. Let me leave you with the most important insights from The Art of Seduction. 1. Seduction is everywhere. Every brand, politician, artist, and leader uses these principles. Understanding them is understanding human nature. 2. It's about them, not you. The best seducers are obsessively focused on the target, their needs, their desires, and their inner world. 3. Mystery and absence create desire. We value what we can't fully have or understand, never be completely known or always available. 4. Small details matter immensely. Attention to detail communicates that someone is special to you. 5. People want to feel special. In a world where everyone feels ordinary and invisible, making someone feel seen and valued is powerfully seductive. 6. Create experiences, not just conversations. Seduction happens through memorable experiences that engage emotions and senses. 7. Know yourself. Understand which seducer type you naturally embody and eliminate anti-seducer traits. The art of seduction is ultimately about understanding power dynamics in human relationships. Whether you use these insights in romance, business, creativity, or leadership, the core truth remains. The person who best understands desire holds tremendous power. Use this power wisely. Use it to create beauty, connection, and positive experiences. Use it to stand out in a world of noise. Use it to build relationships that matter. Thank you for watching. If this summary added value to your life, subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into powerful books like this. And remember, the greatest seduction is becoming someone worth being seduced by. Work on yourself, develop your uniqueness, and the rest will follow. Until next time, stay curious and keep growing.